Just watching the Abrams just tear these guys apart, it's just so cool. Oh, I actually lost a guy while I wasn't paying attention. That is a classic. That's really bad, actually. It's like, I want to zoom in for 2 seconds. Hello guys, and welcome to episode 6 of my Fulda Gap campaign in WARNO, playing on the NATO side. Previously, we had a couple of intense battles against the enemy T-80s. They came in abundance, but we managed to hold our ground with the Abrams. We've now fell back once again towards our objectives, and the plan is to just hold until the end of the campaign, I imagine, unless we get a chance to potentially counterattack. But we shall see. All of our movement was done, so we'll move on to the next turn, and we'll see where the Pact forces attack us. The place I'm most worried about is Lauterbach. It is the least defended at the moment, at least until the 4th Battalion of the 7th Cav arrives. Where are they going to come in? They'll probably try and cut this off, of course. The 2nd Battalion of the 11th Armoured Cav is doing a runner. We do have a big tank unit here. This comprises of T-80Bs and T-62Ms. Okay, so that's not so bad. The T-62s don't match up very well to our armour. Alright, here we go, at Lauterbach, of all places. We have the 117th coming in, and the helicopter group of the East Germans. Interesting. They do get an AA helicopter. The reason I'm looking at the AA helicopters and just checking AA in general is because I could probably just bring in the helicopters and be fine. But truth be told, they can bring in enemy aircraft, so we should probably try and match them. I think the 10th Tactical Fighter Squadron, or sorry, the 23rd Tactical Fighter Squadron that has the F-16s would be the best play here. And just in case they've moved forwards and set up any air defense, basically. So that will be our choice for this one. Let's tactical battle. And yeah, they did set up AA. Okay, good. So we are going to lose a plane, most likely. But we destroyed some of their units, so that's good. We lost 1 F-16 for that. And that's going to break down the AA net for the next turn. So we no longer have to worry about bringing in other air forces to the top side, which is nice. Well, other aircraft, I should say. Okay, let's tactical battle. Off we go. I'm not so worried about this battle. We actually have more morale than they do for once. So we should be able to break them down relatively simply. It's just a matter of setting up properly, because they do still have T-80s that we need to worry about. So what I'm thinking is I might be able to get use out of the Kiowas in this one, but I don't think I'll deploy them at the start, just in case they bring in the AA helicopter or just AA in general, like Strela's just running down the road and firing them off because they have perfect stabilizer. That wouldn't be good. Okay, we'll start with the ACAV. I do want to get a good position here. I don't know quite where I want to go though. We obviously need to capture Alpha and then try and contest Bravo and Charlie so that we win over time. This is going to be awkward because there's not really many good places to hide from the HGMs at long range. Up here would be ideal, because then when they come up this ridge, we can hit them hard. But I'm not sure if my tanks would get there before they come up the hill. That would be a problem. We can probably use this tree line. Yeah, we'll definitely use that tree line. I'll bring in a Bradley further down the road that can fire its HGM. And we'll have the ACAV further up with my other Abrams. I did have a question that was asking me why I always bring in ACAVs even though I bring in like other recon. And the main reason I do it is because the ACAV is sitting right next to the other tanks. So it provides the exact line of sight for the tanks that are next to it, as in the bonus optics. Whereas if I have a Bradley like over here, then we might not have eyes on this section of road, for example, whereas the ACAV would, and allow us to shoot at that with the Abrams. So it's kind of important that you do have recon right next to the forces that are engaging sometimes, because it will give you more information overall. I might be able to like use this tree line and this ridge to set something up. Let's do that. I have no idea which side would be best for me to put these on. Probably this side by the looks of things, because there's, I don't know if this road counts, but maybe that one works for getting us up on that ridge. We'll set up a little line of Abrams here. We are going to have to bring in AA as well, just in case they rush in a load of aircraft.
Red 6, mount it up.
And we're also going to want to sort out this right side. Let's just pop the M577 CPC in there. I'll bring the leader Abrams up on this left side. And I think the plan will probably be to use this tree line. So we'll do an ACAV and a couple of Abrams. And then we have enough, I think, to bring in maybe a PVADS or two to help with helicopters. And also maybe a Stinger. We'll do a Stinger on the right. That'll do. Alright. Just make sure that these all have orders, and off we go. Maybe it took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but we're off. And I think as soon as we start to see helicopters, I'm probably going to commit potentially F-16s, but I could also use OH-58s with Stingers, because we do have these air-to-air variants of these helicopters.
Waiting for instruction. Let's go. Stay quiet.
I'm going to try and get this scout up into this building, actually. Okay, so that's already a plane, or sorry, a helicopter. That's going to be most likely a recon helicopter, I would imagine. Let's have the Humvee do a runner. Oh, it's actually the AA helicopter. Interesting. Not sure how I feel about that. It's a good thing if we can take it out early on. I'm really hoping this doesn't fly over my scouts and spot them. Okay, good. Alright, we're going to dive with the F-16. We'll hide behind the building here.
This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Fast as we can. One more kill.
Perfect.
More daddy to Red leader. I'm listening. I've got him. Move.
Alright, that worked out okay, and the F-16 can come back around and take out the Mi-2 and look cool in the process. Well, there's a Barusa. We'll let it leave. And here comes the swarm. Alright. I might move forwards my Bradley to engage at the same time. Although we just got a lot of kills in there very quickly. That was beautiful. There's a big amount of forces coming down on that right side, so that is gonna be my cue to bring in a couple of my Kiowas. And that convoy on the road there has been destroyed. That's good. Oh wow, did that get a double kill? I don't think that's the first time I've seen that happen. That was pretty cool. Alright, routed, but we managed to get the smoke off just in time. This one's going to want to smoke itself off as well. That Stinger is in a very bad spot, but maybe the Kiowas can save it. Okay, the other thing we did actually forget again to do is bring up my supply. We can move forwards the ACAV here and engage those tanks. I will meet those Kiowas further back. That T-62 is turned down the road. We'll be able to take it out with the ACAV there. Meanwhile, let's bring up some more Abrams to sit on the right hand side there. We'll move across the PVADs, maybe it can get target on the MI2. We've already whittled down their morale quite a bit, so that's good. And the Kiowas are reloaded, so they can come back up. Just back away from that artillery. And the PVADs ripped that out of the sky. Lovely. So I didn't manage to save my Stinger, but we did manage to save our scouts, so I'm happy with that. We did destroy the Barusa. I'm definitely happy about. Anytime we kill AA, it makes my life so much easier in future battles. It really does. This we're going to have cut across, and same with this one. We'll just cut them across, because otherwise they're vulnerable to being hit by units on that right hand side. I'm just watching the Abrams just tear these guys apart. It's just so cool. Oh, I actually lost a guy while I wasn't paying attention. That is a classic. That's really bad, actually. It's like, I want to zoom in for 2 seconds, because I know a lot of you guys enjoy seeing stuff blow up and my tanks engaging and the aircraft's flying around, but yeah, that's a good example of why I often don't. Oh well. One less Hellfire helicopter to work with. A little bit unfortunate. This ACAV's doing a fantastic job though. Really, really nicely done. This road just became an absolute death trap from the shots coming in on the left side. I think it's likely that we should go for a morale victory over a conquest victory. I think it'll be faster. We've still got T-80s coming in. We'll let the Bradleys help out a little bit here, because they should be able to do a decent amount of damage. We'll just get that HGEM to hit the ground. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, let's bring up a scout and one of the air-to-air helicopters. And the F-16 can also knock these out of the sky. That was a lovely double kill by the F-16 there. come round, take the next MI2 kill. Just gun runned it. Very nice. Just keep pressing forwards. Be a little bit careful with these helicopters because we have no idea where there are going to be any igloos. I think we destroyed the igloo that killed the other Kiowa because I saw it pop up around the same time. With us doing this, I'm going to bring in a helicopter leader just to land in here and potentially speed things up if the rest of the way we're doing things takes too long, like getting the morale victory, although that's a Mi-24 we can shoot down. So that's going to be another 5, that's 4, and then it will just be the Mi-2 and that's a win, so looks like we got this in the bag. They are firmly on the retreat. We'll let the F-16 leave, it took a little bit of damage. Nice, perfect timing actually. Killing the Metis just before we killed the helicopter meant we get an extra like plus 2 there. So nice, 9 minutes. Pretty good KD. Very nice, very nice. I mean, if we hadn't have lost my helicopter, I'd be totally happy with that. Losing the helicopter, pretty big mistake, I think. Regardless, we've completely melted those forces, which will make it harder for them to attack again. If they do manage to attack again this turn, we won't have the helicopter support, but I don't think that will matter too much. I think as long as we continue to break down all of the tanks that they keep throwing at us, the following attacks won't have the tanks available, and then it will just be like APCs versus Abrams, and then the Abrams will just tear everything to pieces, kind of like they are already. This helicopter unit being so close to us is extremely tempting to attack because we don't want them to get behind us here. Then again, it won't matter if they get behind us here if we can maintain the front line here. We are going to have more reinforcements coming in down this road anyway, which can potentially counterattack any that are attempting to surround Schluchten. Alright, it's our turn. And we have the next set of units ready to go. Oh, here they are. Wow, that is a lot of armor. Look at these squads. 20 attack. Don't mind if I do. Right, these can zoom up the road then. Great. So yeah, if these continue to push around, then we'll just slam into them with the armored units here, and there will be no way really for them to cut us off. I am slightly concerned about the 11th Armoured Cav here. Like the 2nd Battalion of the Manchester Regiment 22 can attack us next turn if I stay where I am. But it depends whether or not other units can also attack us, like all these T-62s. I guess these T-62s are pretty sketchy because they all have, well, most of them have the Bastion missile. So they're able to engage my tanks at 2,800 meter range, which is really rough to deal with. It's like worse than the T-64 BVs, really. Especially if they bring them in en masse, like they have been. Those ATGMs can become incredibly overwhelming. All it takes is like your tank to rout, slightly show side armor, Bastion missile straight through its side, and then it's dead. They're not chasing from this direction, which makes me, I don't know if I kind of want to like stay here almost. Or just like keep like creeping through here. The thing I don't want to happen is me move forwards enough that this unit can come back and attack us, this unit can come and attack us all at the same time. That would be terrible. Maybe we do something like this. And therefore this unit might be able to engage on us next turn. And we can bring in some air support maybe to help them out. They're having a bad time. Okay, this turn we can definitely get over to Lauterbach with this unit. I'm actually going to place them like behind over there. Reason being is because I don't want them to... Actually, I guess I could place them instead of the 11th at the front. That might have been a better choice. Yeah, that probably would have been the better choice. Because then if they get attacked, my tanks can reinforce. Whereas now, if my tank gets reinforced, then the cav squad can't reinforce. So we should have done it the other way around. That's okay though. I don't think it's going to matter too much for this turn because a lot of the units that are approaching Lauterbach are already severely damaged. The attack on Ausfeld doesn't look too bad. I'm actually kind of concerned that they would engage on the VKK, but if they do, that doesn't matter because we are next to the 11th Armoured Cav anyway. So I think we're all right. We're definitely going to stay at Ausfeld. We're going to stay here. I am concerned about this, particularly for my artillery. We'll move the engineer battalion up, maybe. We need to kind of maintain presence over Schluchtern. Yeah, these are all going to come down here. They might just go straight for the aviation brigade. Then again, this is a lot of Apaches. And Apaches can somewhat shrug off anti-air. This leader unit does have Cubs though, which would certainly be scary for the Apaches. Maybe I switch these around. I don't think these forces are going to be able to engage Schluchtern. They might be able to engage us with the helicopters when they come in from this direction, but these two here, I think, are just trying to go for the cutoff. I'm going to leave it as it is, and we'll see what happens in the next turn. I'm not a fan of giving the enemy the initiative, but the following turn we will have the reinforcements coming up that road. And that should prevent these units from surrounding us. I kind of find it funny how like our second battalion, it's almost like the whole battalion is like lost in the woods, like, trying to find their way back to friendly lines as the Soviets continue to pile in with the East Germans. Just so many of them. The worst part is because all of their units are split up, it makes it a lot easier on the campaign map for them to control the front line. Oh, here we go. Nice. Okay, we've got an attack coming in. So this is the Pioneer Regiment. This is scary because they have the BM-21 napalm grads, and these things are ridiculously strong. So we've got to maintain a spread a lot in order to prevent those from getting too much damage in. For the auxiliary, I might bring in the VKK for this battle. I'm going to save the other two. I don't think we need them for this. And we can most likely bring in air support. What air support do we need? I mean, I could just do like the F4Fs, to be honest. I don't think we need anything more than that. We'll just use the F4Fs, you know, a couple bombing strikes potentially, if there's any troops that are... actually, if I bring in this, total victory, maybe we just auto-resolve. That would be the smart thing to do. I didn't realize it would be a total victory, but I think it's because we have auxiliary support, and we also have air support. Whilst they do not, and they won't be able to bring in any air support because of my AA. Although my AA is not very strong, so they might get their air support through. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to play it manually, just because I want to try and do as much damage as possible. And there's a good chance I might be able to just blow up all of those napalm launchers if we like use my bombers to go get them. So we'll play it manually. Alright, this is interesting. We're going to have the Alpha sector nice and easy, Bravo sector relatively easy. I think if I just end up spreading out troops along these tree lines, we should be fine. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do like plenty of Abrams hanging out together. We'll make sure my ACAVs move ahead. I'm actually going to probably bring in all of my ACAVs because they can do significant damage in this battle. I reckon we can get real far up with these. Take some significant positions and then back them up almost immediately with more Abrams. Yeah, I think that's the play. And then do we have anything interesting in here? I do have like Jaeger Aufklärer. They could be useful. These are high number recon squads that can sit in like these buildings and give us permanent information when the ACAVs are falling back into the tree line. So I think that's a good shout. Although I may have to be careful, I'm going to bring them further back. I don't want them to get ahead of the M1A ones, because there's likely going to be enemy recon forces heading in our direction. So I don't want to lose those Jaeger Aufklärer for free. We're not going to actually use their forward deployment. We'll do one there, and I'll have another one here. Okay. And then we need leaders. So I'm thinking we go Abrams leader for the right side.
Captain.
We'll move this one over here. And then we do 2 M577 CPCs. I don't need to worry about any aircraft or anything, do I? No. So AA is not so much an issue.
This is a story you will tell your
Let's go. I think we win this one not by morale victory, but just by conquest victory. We can hold them back in this area and just win quickly, I think. It really depends how the initial engagements go, I think. They might have too much stuff. You know, they might just overwhelm us, maybe. And then I'll be forced to fall back. But I am pretty sure that my Abrams can move forwards the ACAVs and just slaughter their initial push. Yeah, so this is what I was worried about. I might have to be careful they don't go in these buildings, actually. So let's just, like, attack move to the left here. Good. Yeah, so all of these conquers could be a problem. For sure. That's a lot of T-55s as well. The swarm is coming. I don't know if I want this air gap to get that close. make sure we keep these spread out, but we are going to sort of be aggressive here.
Waiting for instructions. Engage on site.
And we want to continue to bring in more Abrams
Yes, Captain.
so that we can overwhelm their forces. That ACAV's probably dead. Like, it's not going to have anywhere to retreat to. I can try and smoke it and fall it back, but I need to dodge that napalm.
He's right dead. Reverse, but keep facing the enemy. Captain. Good job, Gunner. They spotted us.
Alright, let's move these because we need to watch out for enemy artillery coming in. I may also get myself a couple of artillery pieces to just counter battery. But if they get counter battered themselves by the napalm, they won't last very long.
Damn, that was close. I've got him.
This has been a pretty wild opening engagement, but we have managed to contain it, so that's good. See if we can get my Jaeger Av cut out to where we wanted him.
Go back. Slow. Waiting for instructions.
And we'll start to bring up all of the supply.
Successful hit.
The ACAV actually survived, which is huge.
Roger. Search and destroy. What are your
We're
orders?
holding the +7,
Right on the board.
so 6 minutes of this chaos left.
I'm running out of ammo. At your orders. Reverse, but keep facing the enemy. Ready, sir. It's hard here. All ammo spent. Go back.
So even though we have recon here, you can see that because the Abrams don't have line of sight themselves, or don't have like optics themselves, they need something right next to them in order to see the thing that's firing at them. This is interesting.
Waiting for instructions.
Let's just
This is Red 2.
try and get over there to counter that little flank.
What are your orders, sir? All ammo spent. Damn, that was close. Yes, sir. We'll find them, and then we'll kill them.
And we're going to have to try and pay attention
This is Red
to the
2.
enemy
Enemy spotted.
artillery. Right, let's just put these on counter battery now.
What are your orders?
See what happens.
Assault formation on me. Sergeant Highway is hit. This war will be over by Christmas. Oh, good job, Gunner. Yes, Captain.
This is such a high intensity battle. The amount of stuff that came our direction was incredible, and we've managed to completely dismantle it.
What do you need, Captain? Successful hit. What are your orders, sir?
Okay, we'll come back across now, flank into these units coming at us,
Aye, sir.
keep the supply safe on the back side there.
Find them, and then we'll kill them. Yes, Captain.
Okay, we're going to have to move these because they are being counter batteried themselves.
Red 6, mount it up. Reverse, but keep facing the enemy. Good job, Gunner. Yes, Captain. Full throttle. War Daddy to Red Leader. I'm listening.
Let's keep bringing up Abrams, bring up a couple Bradleys now as well.
This war
The reason I didn't bring up Bradleys before is because they're very vulnerable to being taken out by like a Konkurs or even like a BMP-1 Malyutka. So it's a real waste to invest into those. Did I just
will be over by Christmas.
lose someone? No, I didn't.
Combat speed, driver.
Or did I?
Successful hit. Red 6, mount it up.
No, I didn't lose anyone. My morale's fine.
Recon unit at your orders. Damn, that was close. Successful hit.
I put these on counter battery again.
Tank ready.
That's getting a bit sketchy because of the morale.
Successful hit. What are your orders, sir? Go back. Slow. Attention. Enemy spotted. Roger. Search and destroy. Warn enemy.
This is just wild. The sheer amount of forces coming towards us whilst my Abrams just continue to blast away. The true fight has begun. My counter battery is actually getting pretty close here. Alright, we'll make sure to move them. Anytime an Abrams is damaged, we fall it back. We have another Abrams move forwards to take its place.
It's hard here. Anybody need ammo? Enemy spotted. Successful hit.
I feel like so far we've played this battle perfectly. It's been really satisfying. Because these battles, if you're not careful, can easily become very overwhelming from the start.
Good job, Gunner. What are your orders?
Because your forces, like in this case for example, my total number of forces is a lot less.
Adjusting with target. Good job, Gunner. Yes, sir.
Okay, thankfully that's not firing at the M1A1A cab, I thought it was. Your forces are less than theirs at the start. Hopefully my M109s can just annihilate that artillery, assuming it doesn't move after it fires, which it probably will. Because the AI is actually pretty good at doing that. Oh, we actually did get it. It was in like a tree line, so it was probably moving quite slowly. It was trying to move away.
Good job, Gunner. Yes, sir.
It actually cooked off back there as well. Very cool. 30 seconds till victory. We've got a lot of tanks back here. A couple of them not being repaired. Where's that coming from? It's on this road, I think.
Successful hit.
Alright, I guess we move forwards, try and do as much damage as we can before the end of the battle. Might as well. And that's it. A perfect battle. No need for auto resolve. 127 kills, 0 losses. That just absolutely annihilated their T-55s. And a ton of BMP-1s as well. Also took out a lot of those Conkers. Yeah, that was fantastic. Didn't even need the aircraft either. Didn't use them at all. Okay, this turn, Schluchtern, is the one that's looking a bit sketchy. The following turn, it will probably be Lauterbach again that's looking sketchy, because this is a lot of forces that could potentially surround Lauterbach quite easily, and there's not really any reinforcements going in that direction right now. Especially, I mean, they're on this road towards Gierdan. I'm going to have to get some stuff over there. Although we might get reinforcements here anyway. Next turn. I don't know when that will be. We're on 8 AM of the 21st.
HQ troops and the Engineer Battalion of the 3rd Armored Division have arrived and can be deployed, sir. Panzer Brigade 14 of the Bundeswehr's 5th Panzer Division, as well as the 1st Brigade of the 3rd Armored Division, have successfully reached their positions. You should deploy them. Sir, we can request artillery support, but its deployment will hold back NATO on other fronts.
Alright, so we can take a brigade of self-propelled M110A2 howitzers to be available immediately near Gudern. But NATO loses 10 victory points. No, thank you.
Sir, I've informed HQ that the situation is under control. No support is needed.
The situation is certainly under control. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in all of our reinforcements. So yeah, Gudern will be fine, because we have these chaps ready to go. We're going to have a nice armoured battle. It's actually like a tank unit that broke through. We've got the 5th Panzer ready to help to defend Auersfeld. That's pretty huge. We will bring them in and defend our AA. And this artillery, I mean, we're going to put them back on this road over here. And they'll still be able to engage anything that's near this town. Alright, so with these forces in place, that's going to stop Auersfeld from being surrounded, so that's good. We've got these forces that, once they deal with the 15th Guards tank, will be able to get up to Lauterbach and engage the forces there. We got these forces that are certainly going to be able to get into position to defend the rear side of Schluchten. So I think generally we're okay. Let's just go ahead and move up like so. And next turn, yeah, we'll definitely hold off the units of Schluchten. I'm a little bit worried about this unit being attacked, like the AA here. And potentially the artillery doesn't need to be this close, right? It really doesn't. So I think we pull that back off the front line because it just gives them something to attack that's weak. Like this unit can move forwards like a little bit, right? And then we have this one. It's like fall back next to it. It can still supply artillery fire onto the front line. That green line is like where it can reinforce to. And then this AA can probably move back to here this turn and set up again. And that just leaves these units that can be attacked, which is fine. Alright, we're gonna just be chilling at Lauterbach. I am kind of tempted to just leave them as they are. Well, I kind of want to do this, I think, instead. Yeah, because I don't want this unit to be able to engage the helicopters directly. Any units that come down this road will have to go like around, basically, in order to get to this unit. So I think that's fine. Also, we'll have an interesting battle if we bring these into the battle. So get more Bradleys than usual, which would be kind of fun. Also, they get some helicopters of their own anyway. Alright. Well, unfortunately, guys, it has been my time, so I'm going to leave it here. In the next episode, we need to move the 2nd Battalion of the 11th ACR. We'll get them onto the road down here. And then they'll continue to run away. And we'll see where they come in and attack us next, because, I mean, all of our units have arrived. There we go. We might as well bring in these as well. Perfect. Yeah, this is coming along nicely. But that's all for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.